Yamaha just unleashed a monster, 2026 VMAX first look. The motorcycle world thought it had moved on. It thought the age of outrageous muscle bikes, unapologetic power, and straight-line dominance had faded into nostalgia. It thought efficiency, electronics, and hyper-precision had permanently replaced brute force. And then the 2026 Yamaha VMAX arrived and shattered that illusion in one violent twist of the throttle. This is not a gentle revival. This is not a respectful tribute. This is Yamaha storming back into the arena with a machine that refuses to whisper when it can roar. The legend didn't return to participate. It returned to intimidate. From the very first leaked images, chaos erupted. Forums exploded. Social media ignited. Some riders celebrated. Others panicked. Many doubted. But the moment the 2026 VMAX was officially revealed, one thing became undeniable. Yamaha had built something that doesn't care about playing safe. The VMAX has always been a rebel, a machine born to disrupt categories and embarrass expectations, and this new generation doubles down on that identity. It doesn't try to fit into the hyper-naked class. It doesn't try to chase superbike lap times. It exists for one purpose: overwhelming, addictive, heart-pounding acceleration wrapped in a body that looks like it could punch through concrete. Visually, the 2026 Yamaha VMAX looks less like a motorcycle and more like a mechanical predator waiting for movement. The massive air intakes sit aggressively at its sides, not decorative but purposeful, inhaling oxygen like lungs preparing for impact. The sculpted tank arches forward with muscular tension, while the exposed aluminum frame glints beneath sharp LED lighting that slices through darkness like a blade. Every line is exaggerated. Every proportion is deliberate. It's wide, it's low, it's thick with intent. This is not minimalist design. This is maximalist power made visible. And then there's the engine, the heart, the identity, the reason the VMAX name still carries weight in conversations that matter. Yamaha didn't resurrect this badge just to polish it. The 2026 Volts Max carries a Thunderous V4 power plant, engineered to remind the world that torque is more than a number on a chart. It's an experience. Fire it up, and the sound alone demands attention. A deep, resonant growl vibrates through the chassis and into your core. It doesn't just idle, it pulses. Twist the throttle lightly, and you feel tension, potential, barely restrained violence waiting to be unleashed. The surge is immediate, brutal, unfiltered, the kind of acceleration that compresses your chest and stretches your arms in one seamless motion. This isn't the frantic scream of a high-revving supersport. It's a tidal wave of torque that arrives early and refuses to fade. The VMAX doesn't build speed politely. It detonates into it. Every roll-on feels like an event. Every straight stretch of asphalt becomes a runway. It doesn't ask permission to go fast. It simply goes. But here's what makes the 2026 version terrifyingly impressive. Beneath that chaos lies control. Yamaha understands that modern performance demands intelligence, not just insanity. Advanced ride modes allow the rider to shape the throttle response depending on mood and environment. In traffic, the beast can be restrained. On damp roads, traction systems stand ready. But when the road opens and the rider selects full aggression, the VMAX reveals its true character: raw, immediate, intoxicating. Handling has always been the skeptic's favorite talking point. Critics love to say muscle bikes can't corner. Yamaha clearly heard those whispers and responded with precision. Updated suspension components, refined chassis geometry, and enhanced braking systems transform the ride into something far more composed than outsiders expect. The weight that once intimidated now stabilizes. The longer wheelbase that once limited agility now anchors high-speed confidence. Lean it over and it doesn't protest. It settles in. It may not be a razor-sharp track weapon, but it doesn't need to be. It's a street dominator built for real-world asphalt. The riding position reflects the VMAX philosophy perfectly. You don't perch on top of this machine, you settle into it. Low seat height, muscular tank between your knees, bars positioned for assertive control. It feels aggressive without being extreme. You're not folded like a racer, nor slouched like a cruiser. You're ready to launch, ready to react, ready to own whatever road lies ahead. Technology integrates subtly, refusing to overshadow the experience. A modern TFT display delivers essential data in crisp clarity: speed, gear, ride modes, engine stats, but never distracts from the rawness beneath. Connectivity features exist because modern riders expect them, but they don't dominate the cockpit. Yamaha understood the balance. This bike is about feeling, not filtering. Technology serves the ride rather than stealing its spotlight. And that sound deserves its own legend. Under acceleration, the V4 transitions from a low growl to a ferocious mechanical symphony. It's layered, complex, unmistakable. There's nothing artificial about it. No fake enhancement, no synthetic drama, just combustion and engineering colliding in perfect harmony. In tunnels, it echoes like thunder. On open highways, it commands space. At idle, it pulses like a heartbeat waiting for exertion. Customization potential adds another layer to the madness. The 2026 Volts Max arrives as a statement, but it invites personalization, darked-out editions, performance exhaust options. Premium paint finishes that shift in sunlight. Owners will modify, refine, exaggerate. Some will push it toward dragstrip dominance. Others will lean into Street Fighter aesthetics. But at its core, the platform remains unmistakably VMAX. Bold, aggressive, unapologetic. What truly separates this motorcycle from the crowded performance market is emotion. In an era dominated by precision metrics and digital perfection, the VMAX feels rebellious. It doesn't chase the lightest weight or the highest rev ceiling. It chases adrenaline. It prioritizes the visceral connection between throttle and heartbeat. It rewards bravery. It punishes hesitation. It dares riders to commit. On open highways at dusk, the 2026 VMAX feels cinematic. The engine hums deeply beneath you, vibrating with anticipation. The horizon stretches forward, daring you to close the distance faster than logic suggests. Streetlights blur. Wind pressure builds. And with every throttle input, the machine responds instantly, aggressively, almost eagerly. This isn't transportation, it's transformation. In city environments, the VMAX commands attention effortlessly. Cars hesitate, pedestrians stare. Even other riders look twice. There's a presence here that transcends specs. It's cultural, historical, iconic. The VMAX name carries decades of reputation, and the 2026 model amplifies it rather than diluting it. Fuel efficiency, not its primary concern. Practicality, secondary. Storage, minimal. But that's missing the point entirely. The VMAX exists outside practicality. It's a motorcycle built for riders who understand that not every machine needs to justify itself with logic. Some justify themselves with emotion alone. Acceleration remains its defining trait. Roll from mid-range and the torque surge feels endless. There's no dramatic drop-off, no hesitation, just relentless forward motion. The rear tire grips, the front lightens, and the world narrows to a single line ahead. Few motorcycles deliver that level of immediate satisfaction. Braking performance matches the engine's ambition. Strong initial bite. Progressive modulation. Confidence at speed. Yamaha ensured the stopping power complements the go power, creating a balanced yet brutal package. Owners won't choose the VMAX casually, they'll choose it deliberately, passionately. It's not a commuter's compromise, it's not a beginner's experiment. It's a commitment to intensity, and intensity is what defines the 2026 Yamaha VMAX. In a marketplace crowded with refined hyper-nakeds and surgically precise superbikes, This machine refuses to blend in. It roars instead of whispers. It accelerates instead of negotiates. It challenges instead of conforms. The return of the VMAX signals something larger than a model launch. It signals Yamaha's willingness to build something outrageous simply because the world needs it. Not everything must be efficient. Not everything must be optimized for balance. Some things should exist purely for thrill. When you remove your helmet after a hard ride, heart still pounding, hands slightly trembling, you understand why the VMAX matters. It reminds you that motorcycles are supposed to feel dangerous in the best possible way. Controlled danger, calculated aggression, emotional electricity. The 2026 Yamaha VMAX doesn't apologize for its appetite. It doesn't soften its edges. It doesn't chase universal approval. It stands bold, heavy, loud, and unforgettable. This isn't a comeback. It's a warning. The king of muscle bikes has returned, louder, angrier, and more addictive than ever. And once you twist that throttle, there's no going back.